And we're back. Better late than never. And last but not least, uh, I'm gonna make my pick. It's a little bit of a earlier pick than what Danny and Vonnie picked. We did lose Vonnie, the two of the Dark Ethers, but we'll get him back for our next one. I think he'll be fine. He's a courageous lad. But with that being said, my pick is Anthony Black from Arkansas. Um, Anthony Sirius Black, if I do say so myself. Hopefully he likes that. But truthfully, I love this kid. I think he came in as a freshman and he was all over the court. He averaged over 2 steals a game. He could score in a lot of different ways. I mean, some pretty crazy layups and baskets making in the in March Madness in the NCAA tournament. And
Yeah.
some of the best players in the league, like Jordan Hawkins. I mean, obviously they lost, but he still played really tough defense, and he played very tough defense on Grady Dick, who is arguably the best offensive player in this draft, arguably with Jordan Hawkins from beyond the arc.
For sure.
So again, I think Black is the type of guy who's gonna feast on other guards at 6'7". He's fast, he's nimble, he plays like his hair is on fire, and he's got a lovely head of hair. And it reminds me of Troy Polamalu out there, on the basketball court though, but flying around making plays, particularly on defense. And like I said, he's a creative offensive player. His shot's not quite there, but it's not terrible either. So I think he'll develop there. And so he does fall into a team like Utah, or I don't know if I really want him going here, but it helps with my whole Sirius Black narrative, is the Wizards. Obviously, we're not a big fan of their front office right now, but they're going to be wide open offense, and I really do want to see him fall to a place um, that he's going to get minutes and play meaningful minutes rather than
Right.
getting James Bouknighted and sitting on the bench behind, a higher draft pick and a highly paid free agent. So, um, yeah, again, I would love to see him fall to a team that is actually contending and have him be a player on that team. Like the Heat trade up somehow to trade Tyler Hero and trade up to get more of a point guard. That would be kind of sick, but he wouldn't necessarily be the best um, guy to put next to some of those guys because he's not a 3-point shooter. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, again, I just love the kid. I think whoever takes him, whether they trade up to get him or he falls in their lap, they're going to be happy. And as
Where do
long
they have him projected right now?
I've seen him go as early as 6, but
Yeah.
not outside of the top 10, maybe 11 at the
Yeah. Yeah. He'll definitely be drafted in the top 10, I think, this year. So he'll be,
NCAA.
he's one of those players.
Yeah, he's a dog. He's a fighter. He's a high motor, high character guy. He's got great hair. You just don't find that everywhere.
Got to mention the hair twice, baby.
Sick, lovely,
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, that's my guy. Took him in fantasy, riding with it. I do think outside shot at rookie of the year, but not the best odds compared to some of the other guys you potentially throw darts at. But I
Tough.
any guard to potentially sneak in and win. And we'll talk more about that next week.
Yeah.
But with that, thank you all for joining us and bearing with us. We will be back with some new news because the winds are blowing, the trade winds are blowing, and NBA offseason is about to hit the fan. So,
Before we sign off,
yeah.
I want to say the reason why Porzingis' deal fell apart, I just saw, was because of Brogdon, the injury concern. So the Clippers pulled the trigger on that, not the Wizards. So there's concern about the front office, is concerned about his injury. It's funny how Celtics are trying to pull another Isaiah Thomas incident and backfired. So, but apparently, I saw on the side also that the Wizards and the Celtics are still in talks with the Porzingis deal, but it's just not going to be a 3-team deal. So
That's interesting.
that's yeah. So that's basically it's going to be interesting what happens to Brogdon. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm, he'd be the best player they've got so far, as far as age. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
you're gonna if he proves he's healthy, then he's
It,
an
uh,
asset, and then you'll trade
yeah,
him for actual value.
yeah.
Which,
That's interesting. Yeah,
but
that's interesting.
that's interesting. I'm glad to hear it's not that completely. That's good. I think because
Yeah,
that is a really cool. It's a cool fit for Porzingis. He wants to be in a city that cares because I do think he
right.
expands. I saw something about him, talking about his time with the Knicks and how he kind of hates that he's now hated again by them. Started off
Yeah,
got loved, got hated again because he requested him to pass out. But
yeah.
James Dolan is a dickhead, so I don't blame him. And
Right.
the Celtics, he plays half as good as he did this year, and he's better than the guys the Celtics have. I mean, we can make all the
Exactly.
we want, but he's better than Mike Muscala and fucking Luke Cornett. And he's
Luke
truthfully,
Cornett.
he may not be as clutch, but he's better than Al Horford. So
Yeah, yeah. Right now, yeah. So we'll see, right? So I'll probably be on the next pod. So definitely have more
hey,
news then. Yeah.
follow us at jcashout underscore AAO, DG underscore bets underscore AAO, and CTG podcast. We are your boys, the Brethren Court. Court is adjourned.
See you.